Welcome back to another backpacking adventure. I am on the Longleaf Vista Road. I think they actually call it a trail, but it's a vehicle road trail. But I'm calling this little quick overnighter the Sandstone Trail North. I kind of schemed this little plan up earlier in the week for a short trip, and I left my 3-man tent and 2 gallons of water at Coyote Camp, and then I drove my truck down here to Lotus Campground and paid for a couple of nights there, even though I'm only going to be one night. But I'll be late tomorrow getting back, so I figure I better leave the extra $10. So I should have about a 6-mile walk on this road back to my home for the night. There's already met a couple right beside me from upstate New York. So Rick and Katie will be my neighbors tonight. So check you in probably in the morning. Well, good morning. Made it through the night there. Good little stay at Coyote Camp. No issues at all. I think the biggest key was those 2 Tylenol PMs I took before bed, and that was the maybe the last combination I needed to figure out for a good night's sleep backpacking. So I'm on the trail here. You can see a little wet, but not too bad. My feet are a little sticky mud on them, but it's mostly sand, so just gotta watch where you step. So ended up getting just under 6 miles to the road walk yesterday to the Coyote Camp, and I think it was 5.8. So end up seeing 9 different deer on that road at different times. So the deer was definitely out moving around, and the rain held out just enough where I got sprinkled on a little bit when I got to camp. But all in all, it was a good little after work Friday evening hike in. So I think I have about 14, maybe a little more, back to my truck to Lotus Camp. So I'm walking here now. I'm just behind Oak Camp, so I'll flip the camera around and show you here. This is Oak Camp, and looks like a sweet little bus there converted over to a RV, but it's 1.7 miles from Coyote Camp to here. And if you needed to jump up, there is a vault toilet there. No water here though. And the next camp after this will be Coral Camp, and that would be one of the stops I stay at when I do the Kisatchie Loop in this direction. So running out of time this year to do that one, so that could be a winter trip next winter. But I'm gonna turn it off here and get to hiking here. No sunrise this morning, but it's a great morning. It was 52 last night, so perfect hiking weather. Come across my first water crossing here, and looks like I'm going to get my feet wet here, so shoes will definitely be coming off unless I can figure out a way on a log. We got a nice little sound of the creek. We got wild azaleas here on the left. Better shot of them right here. So they are full bloom. Right now, anywhere where there's water, there's usually these wild azaleas. And definitely the dogwoods are blooming. I hadn't caught a whole bunch of them on real close to the trail yet, but I'll try to get a few more pictures here of them. So let's figure out how to get through this water. Right where I need to go. They need to move on. 2 big ones and a bunch of little ones. Up, 3 big ones. May just sit here for a minute. Well, that was a little nerve-wracking. A little standoff there. It all lasted about 30 minutes. It ended up being 5 big ones, 1 real big one, and I don't know, probably half a dozen or more little ones. And I kept hollering, stomping my feet, and they just kept on rolling in the mud and ignored me. So I didn't know what to do. I was just about to turn back and find another way around here, and then I grabbed a big old limb and I broke it on a tree and hollered, and they all went to running. So I was like, all right, they're gone. So I start walking where I needed to go. Then all of a sudden, the biggest one in the group appears pretty close. Wish I'd have had my phone out. So we just stared at each other, and he grunted, and I think I grunted, and he took off running and never saw any of them again. So I think I'm getting out of here. So on to the next one. Look at this beautiful dogwood here, just right in the middle here. About as white as it can be. Full bloom. Those petals will all be gone here in a week or 2. Nice little section through here. I'm at the very tip top of the loop now. I'm looking at the map, so those hogs were right where I needed to turn left. So I heard this little section through here is real pretty. Looks like a flowing creek coming up here.